Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Cujo06241 Sports Vlog. I am your host, Justin Crumley, and you might notice I'm wearing a Michigan shirt, and I'm also wearing a pair of khaki pants. You will probably see those after the theme song plays. I had to repeat myself because I stuttered there. Anyway, I got a great show planned for you guys today. I got a lot of great news. This is going to be nothing but great, and it's really cool because this is the last sports vlog of 2014. That's right, New Year's Eve is tomorrow at the time I'm making this video. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, I'm holding the camera right now, Alright, hold on so you can see my face there. Alright, I'm holding the camera right now. I know you really can't see my face really well because the light's a little bad here. Before I get into the topics, I said that I was wearing a pair of khakis, and here you go. That's a pair of khakis. I got those when I was working at Little Caesars. It was a shit job. I do not recommend it. But enough about my life story. Let's get to some topics. Hey there guys, welcome back. Let's get this ball rolling. Alright, so I already mentioned that Jim Harbaugh has accepted the job at Michigan. He was introduced today. His press conference was today. And yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed hearing what he had to say. I thought what he said was just absolutely amazing. I'm not trying to, kiss ass or anything. But anyway, I really enjoyed what he had to say. I thought what he said was really good. He didn't sit there and make a bunch of promises and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and I promise this, I promise that. No. He basically said, we need the support of the past coaches, alumni, players, fans, everyone. We're in this together. Michigan actually, him and Michigan actually worked out a new contract, and now Jim Harbaugh is going to be at Michigan for 7 years, earning $5 million a year, which means he's not going to be the highest paid coach in college football. He didn't want to be, and that's something I got to admire as well. Jim Harbaugh is a guy that will come into this program and bring a fire, a passion. And that's what I'm really looking forward to this year. Michigan fans, this is great. I got some more great Michigan news coming up. But first, let's talk some football. The New England Patriots lost to the Buffalo Bills 17-9. No big deal. Yeah, a lot of the starters weren't playing in this game. So, like I said last week, I kind of sort of was expecting a win, but I wouldn't be mad if they lost, and I wasn't. I like what I saw to Jimmy Garoppolo. He's pretty mobile. I like that. I like a mobile quarterback. So he looked good. Unfortunately, he didn't get any touchdowns. New England didn't get any touchdowns at all. They just kicked 3 field goals. Kyle Orton actually announced his retirement, so Buffalo may need a quarterback unless they think E.J. Manuel is up to the task. But New England, they end the season 12-4. They got a first-round bye. They're number 1 in the AFC, so home field advantage for the playoffs. I just hope they can their offense can boost a little bit and start playing like it did in October, because I think that's the weak spot right now for New England. So yeah, I'm hoping New England can hopefully get that 4th championship. Go Pats. Alright, now we're going to move on to a more important game. One that I hate to say I told you so, but nah, you know what? I love to say I told you so. Unfortunately, it's one of those cases where I don't want to say it, because the Detroit Lions lost to the Green Bay Packers 30-20. Guys, the offense was just awful. Joique Bell basically ran the fucking offense, and Matt Stafford didn't look good at all again. I mean, he had 1 touchdown, so that was good. I don't think he threw any picks. I don't really remember. But Aaron Rodgers, man, the guy is a warrior. He injured his left calf, left the field. Matt Flynn came in for a little bit, and then Aaron Rodgers came back out and didn't skip a beat. He just absolutely shredded the Lions. It was like I said, the guy is like Superman at Lambeau Field. So, this being the case, the Lions are going to play Dallas, I believe this Sunday. I think it's on Sunday. Okay, so I got NFL.com pulled up on my laptop here. I'm going to do a little bit of a playoff preview before I move on. Ndamukong Suh, up to his bullshit again. He stepped on Aaron Rodgers, and then, so like the way it went was that he was backing up, he stepped on Rodgers with his 1 foot, and then he stepped back again and stepped on him again. Now, when I first saw this, I didn't think it was that big a deal, and Suh actually got suspended, but he just won his appeal. I'll get into that in a minute, but anyway, I didn't think it was that big a deal, and the fact that he got suspended really pissed me off at first, because Suh is a dirty player. He has a history of doing stupid shit, but I didn't think this time was really one of those cases. And I posted a rant on Facebook and Twitter. So, yeah. Now, after watching that video, I realized the second step was really unnecessary. It was absolutely uncalled for. You know, Suh needs to quit with this fucking dirty shit, these bullshit antics. You know, it's bullshit like this that make me think, you know what? The Lions, there is no reason if... Okay, this is going to sound really bold, what I'm about to say. If Suh doesn't stop these bullshit antics and these dirty moves, these late hits, then he can go. I mean, he's already going anyway. From what I've heard, his time in Detroit is more than likely done, because he's just going to be so expensive that the Lions won't be able to afford to bring him back. So, yeah, you know what? If this shit's going to keep happening, he can go. The Lions are an organization that are trying to restruct their image. They don't want to be known as the dirtiest team in the NFL. And it's guys like Dominic Raiola, and hey, I like Suh and all, but if he's going to keep doing shit like this, he needs to go. There's no place for that for those childish antics, for the stupid shit. But Suh's not suspended anymore. He appealed his suspension, and they worked it out. So now it's been changed to a $70,000 fine, and he will play this Sunday against the Cowboys. Now, that's going to be a tough game. I will get into that real quick. I want to mention some news out of New England. Tom Brady actually restructured his contract to free up $24 million for the New England Patriots. That is huge. Tom Brady, this is why I love Tom Brady. He's a team player. He's a guy that just wants to win, and he will do anything to do it. He's not playing football for the money, for the fame, for all that glory. He wants to win. He wants a championship. And freeing up $24 million, that's a huge cut. I mean, that is huge, especially in the NFL. So New England's going to have a lot of money to spend. I know they want to restructure Darrelle Revis' contract to keep him long term. And with $24 million free, that is definitely possible. So yeah, a lot of great news coming out, minus the whole Ndamukong Suh thing. Now for my playoff predictions.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
All right, I'm going to start with the NFC, Arizona and Carolina. Obviously, I was wrong about Atlanta making the playoffs. I will own up to that. I was also wrong. Baltimore made the playoffs, not San Diego. So, okay, 2 of my predictions were wrong, but everything else was right. Now to get back to predicting. Let me look at my crystal ball. That is my laptop. And, all right, Arizona, Carolina, this Saturday at 4:35 Eastern timing on ESPN. You know what? I'm going to go with Arizona. I know they're on a third-string quarterback. I don't think Drew Stanton's playing this game. I'm not sure. I know he had some kind of surgery, and he might not be able to make it. So, but irregardless, Carolina is just a team that, really struggled this season. They ended the season, I think, 7-8-1. I mean, wow. And they won their fucking division. So, Arizona still has a defense. They really do. They have a great defense. They got Tommy Kelly, Patrick Peterson, Antonio Cromartie. I'm not sure if Tyrann Mathieu is playing or not, but they got a great defense. I just don't see Carolina winning this game, even though they're at home. I definitely think Arizona is going to win this game. All right, now Sunday, 4:40 Eastern timing on Fox. Detroit goes to Dallas. Now, if you would have asked me yesterday who was going to win this game, I would have told you Dallas. Because Ndamukong Suh is not playing. That's a huge hole in Detroit's defense. And I just don't see them stopping DeMarco Murray, even though Detroit was the #1 run defense in the league. Now that Suh is playing, I think Detroit's chances got a little better. But Dallas is just on such a roll right now. I hate to say it, I don't think Detroit's gonna win this one. I would like to see it. I hope Detroit proves me wrong. But my prediction for the NFC is Arizona and Dallas. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta go with my gut feeling on this one. Alright, let's head to the AFC, where on Saturday at 8:15 Eastern timing on NBC, we got Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Now, I like the Baltimore Ravens. I really do. I like John Harbaugh. I like what he's done with that team. I don't really like Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco is heavily overrated, and he didn't deserve that fucking contract that he got. Baltimore, they're a good team and all, but I think Pittsburgh's going to win this game. I definitely think Pittsburgh is just going to be a little too much to handle. I'm hearing Le'Veon Bell might not play, and Pittsburgh signed Ben Tate. So there's a chance Baltimore could win, but my prediction is going to go to Pittsburgh, definitely. And then on Sunday at 1:05 Eastern timing on CBS, we have Cincinnati versus Indianapolis. Indy looked pretty sluggish in the last few weeks of the NFL. They did beat Tennessee to close out the season. And Andy Dalton is a horrible quarterback in the postseason. He didn't do any good this past Sunday night against Pittsburgh. He looked really bad. Well, I didn't really see much of the game, but from what I did see, he looked pretty bad. Now, despite how Cincy looked against Pittsburgh, I'm going to take a bold prediction here. I'm going to actually go with Cincy to beat Indy. I think Cincy's defense has played exceptionally well. They shut down Peyton Manning really good. And Andrew Luck just hasn't looked that good in the past few weeks. I didn't see the game against Tennessee, but he looked awful against Dallas. He actually got benched for Matt Hasselbeck. So I think I'm actually going to take the high road on this one. I'm going to say Cincy beats Indy. Yeah. Bold prediction. Before I move on to hockey, I want to know what your guys' playoff predictions are. Let me know in the comment section below, because I love a conversation. I love talking sports. I love talking in general. I talk all the time. Let's get a conversation going. Let me know in the comment section what your playoff predictions are. And let's hope some of them come true. Let's hope 3 out of 4 of mine come true. The only one not coming true, the Lions, obviously. I want them to win. But anyway, I got no baseball news this week, guys. Nothing involving the Tigers. However, I do have a question. This is the question that I put out to the people that always watch these, and this is the question I want to put to you guys. What other moves, if any, should the Tigers make? Now, only 2 people answered this question. At Pats Fan since 01, which is my buddy Vinny. You guys have seen him before. He says a lefty bullpen pitcher. I agree. I think the Tigers need a left-handed bullpen pitcher. At Kenny Sledge says sign Scherzer, bullpen will be fine internally. Yeah, you know what? I'm if Max Scherzer is willing to come down from that $218 million contract that he's seeking, I wouldn't mind him coming back to the Tigers, but I just don't see it. And I think the bullpen is fine, but I do think they need to get another left-handed bullpen pitcher. I think another lefty piece wouldn't hurt. Who knows? Maybe we will be fine internally. I know we really cleaned house. You know, no Jabba Chamberlain, Phil Koch's gone. Thank God. You know, we picked up Joaquin Soria's option. We got Joel Hanrahan. So I think the bullpen right now looks a lot better than it did last year. But signing Scherzer, you know what? I really don't want him, honestly. Unless he's willing to come back for a discount, like the 6 years, $144 million contract we offered him, I think that'd be a good price. Speaking of price, I honestly would rather have David Price than Max Scherzer. I know that's a bold statement, but David Price is a left-handed arm, so your lineup won't, your rotation won't be filled with righties. And David Price is an inning eater. That guy goes like 7 to 9 innings a game. He gets a lot of strikeouts. He's just a beast, and I would personally rather have him than Max Scherzer. My opinion, whatever. That's the question I want to put to you guys. What other moves, if any, should the Detroit Tigers make? If you're not a Tigers fan, well, what kind of moves does your favorite team need to make? There you go. Answer that. Alright, let's move on to some hockey. The Red Wings this past Saturday. Before I get into this, I want to tell you guys, I'm wearing a new hat. You might have noticed already. I got this at Dunham's for like $13. So, yeah, and it's got a little poof ball. I like that. I like the poof ball. Know it, fear it, love it. It's a poof ball. Alright, let's talk Red Wings. They beat the Senators this past Saturday. 3-2 in overtime. Nyquist held on to the puck for 28 seconds. And then he scored the game-winning goal with, I think 40 seconds left. I was really hoping this game would not go to a shootout, because we all know how bad the Red Wings are in the shootout. But anyway, there were some turnovers. The Senators were leading 2-1 for a good majority of the game, so the Red Wings had to come from behind. But nonetheless, a win's a win. I will take a win. It's good to see they're back to their winning ways. Unfortunately, yesterday was not a very good game. Detroit went into Boston, and they kind of got pummeled, 5-2. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen them play. There were a lot of turnovers. They weren't exerting enough pressure in the first and third period. I know there was a goal that was called back. It wouldn't have mattered. Boston still would have won. It just would have been 5-3 instead of 5-2. Maybe Detroit would have won. I don't know. But you know what? It is what it is. Detroit looked awful last night. First period, that was probably the worst hockey I've ever seen them play in this whole season. They just let Boston dominate the offensive zone in the first period. And Second period, they came out and put a lot more pressure on Tuukka Rask, and that was good. But in the third period, for whatever reason, they just stopped doing it, and they fell because of it. They play New Jersey tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Let's just hope that tomorrow's a lot better. New Jersey is kind of struggling right now. They did beat Pittsburgh last night, so I'm not about to shake a stick at New Jersey. They actually just fired their coach too, so who knows? Maybe they're on the right track. Maybe and maybe not. Speaking of hockey, let's talk Michigan hockey. They beat Michigan State last night for the Great Lakes Invitational 2-1, and that means Michigan is the 2014 Great Lakes Invitational champions. 2 thumbs up. Alright, let's talk some basketball. The Pistons made a trade. They acquire Anthony Tolliver from the Suns in exchange for Tony Mitchell. Tony Mitchell was a guy that was constantly bouncing from the NBA to the D-League, and I guess he just didn't really have a place on the team, but I don't know much about this Anthony Tolliver guy. I do have some stats here. He's played 24 games with the Suns this season. He's averaging 3.3 points a game and 1.8 rebounds per game, which I guess is pretty good. I don't really know. I don't know much about basketball, so if I'm being stupid right now, just let me know in the comment section. Just be like, Justin, you're being stupid, okay? But I like what Stan Van Gundy has done so far, and I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on this trade. But career average, Tolliver has averaged 5.9 points and 3.6 rebounds per game. And his shot percentage from behind the three-point line is 35.5% career. I've heard that's pretty good. I don't know. But let's just hope this works out. Pistons, they're winning again. Yeah, how about that? They beat up on the Pacers this past Friday night, 119-109. And let me just say, this was the first game without Josh Smith, and they looked great. They looked like they were having fun. They were playing cohesively, fluently. They just looked amazing. This is probably the best basketball I've seen them play. And I don't really watch much Piston games. They actually play tonight. I forgot who they play, though. I will be back next week to fill you in on that. But anyway, yeah, they won. The Pacers are struggling right now. But doesn't matter, a win's a win, and I will take a win any way I can get it. It's just good to see the Pistons are back to their winning ways. Well, they won 2 games in a row. You notice I said 2 games, because they destroyed the Cavaliers 103-80 this past Sunday. Fucking awesome. The Cavaliers were actually my pick to win the finals at the beginning of the year, and I'm not just saying that because LeBron James. I'm saying it because him, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. I think they had Andrew Bynum. Yeah, I think they still have him. I forgot who they traded for Kevin Love, but I know it was a really good player. But the Cavaliers just lost a guy too, one of their best defensive players, and so they're kind of struggling right now. They're in some turmoil, but that's okay. The Pistons are playing a lot better without Josh Smouth. Yeah, I called him Smouth because he has a big mouth. He signed with the Rockets and apparently still has a chip on his shoulders because of the Pistons. You know what? To that I say, whatever, dude. Go ahead, ruin the Rockets season for all I give a fuck about. I know I was, talking about how he's a good player and everything, but everybody was telling me that, no, he really, in fact, was not a good player. And he was a bit of an asshole. And he caused a lot of drama for the Pistons. Alright guys, this just in. Michigan beat Illinois 73-65 in overtime. This is basketball. And this was actually Jim Harbaugh got introduced to this game. So, really awesome. Again, what he said was absolutely amazing. I am really looking forward to this football season. Well, that brings another installment of Cujo06241 Sports Vlog to a close. Have a happy new year, guys. Party away, make resolutions, and accomplish those resolutions. As for me, I am going to I'm going to start working out. I need to lose this big old belly I got, and that starts today. Even though it's not technically 2015 yet, I'm getting an early start. With that said, this is Cujo06241 signing out.